G'day guys, welcome to Life on the Hulls, and I'm on the hulls today. I'm out on Jason and Mel, my neighbour there, Lagoon 41. We're out on Jervis Bay having a little bit of a break after last week's stressful event. It's actually a beautiful summer day and we've got about 20 knots of wind maximum today, so we've had a really nice sail. We're just heading home to beat the tide to get into our creek, and yeah, we just had a cracker, so might have a bit of a swim, might have a bit of a sail, and really nice to get a bit more inspiration to get back to my build. So back tomorrow I'm going to be getting into my large dinette module suite build, and I'm going to be basically spraying it up, getting it ready for laminating further in the week. It's going to take me probably 7 or 8 days to finish this one. I've got a lot of other jobs I'm doing in between, so I'll do a layer, come back to it, and get into the foam reinforcement. For now, this week I'm going to get in and inspect the hull, check out how it came out, and hopefully show you a little bit of that. Going to remove the gussets that I put in for the crane mounts. Now that it's demolded, I don't need those gussets anymore. I hope I'm never going to need them again, but certainly going to get in and cut them out, and who knows what else, you know. And I also had a container of Delta kayaks arrive. Janet and I are still the distributors. Oh, here's Jason a beer, mate. Doesn't get any better than that. Thank you, brother. Cheers. Look at that, doesn't get any better than that. We had a container of Delta kayaks arrive 3 days after the demoulding, and I had to get on the road and get those distributed. Big drive out to Adelaide. So lots coming up, and we'll see you in the next issue. Thanks for joining me, guys.
Now, I'm the first to admit it. How am I going to beat that video from last week, eh? Hanging that giant hull in the sky for hours on end really is going to be hard to top, but I'm going to give it a good crack. I think ultimately everyone's been waiting out and the anticipation was high, and I'm standing there looking at my beautiful wide hull, just shaking my head wondering how the hell we got that out of the mould. You know, now that it's done, it was time to clean up the site, and we got the forklift in. We did a little bit of restorative work on the tent just before this massive storm hit, and to be honest, I couldn't have prepared it better on the day. Now, going around the hull and doing some minor inspections, we found the air holes here. These are the high pressure air holes that I used to release the hull initially. They'll need a little bit of repair. There was also a couple of small blemishes along the hull line, or along below the water line, where I'd masked and had a plastic floor in there while I was spraying the remainder of the deck. So that obviously had a bit of an effect against the catalyst or against the resin, but pretty much, you know, minor blems, nothing really to worry about, and ultimately I'll be hopefully getting onto those probably about 4 weeks before launch. You know, once I get the rest of the boat built, there's quite a lot of restorative work to do there, but nothing that can't be handled with a couple of hours of gel coat.
It's been a bit of a hectic time since I demoulded the boat, and I've just made my way up here. I've just spent a couple of hours levelling it up with the truck, just making sure that I've got the bridge deck level. Ground zero where I had it, I'm currently sitting on a pallet with a big truck tyre under it to take the cushion, but I do think I need something solid under there, like a block of wood, a couple of blocks of wood to really square it up. So I won't be doing any glassing over here until I know that that is dead square. First cab off the rank today is going to be to get rid of the lifting gussets. I'm never going to need them again. Not for now. I can always roll it around on the truck. For now, I won't be needing the crane to lift it again. There's just going to be no need for that. I'm going to tear them out, basically get rid of the braces, get rid of the gussets, get rid of the pipes, grind it all back, repair the module. Same deal up here in the forward cabin. So up here we've got these mounts here. I mean, there was a lot of faith put in these, and they were perfect. They were perfect, and I'm pretty happy. So I'm going to pull them apart now, and then I'll get to doing a little bit of restorative work here on the hulls. Right, next thing will be to grind this guy out. It's going to be pretty simple. I'll just get my cutting tool, trim the bottom, and then I'll just sand that flat. This is going to take a bit of work to get out. That is seriously tabbed in, and that's going to take quite a bit of work and grinding, make a lot of noise, so I'll get onto that once everyone leaves the savo. But for now, I'll just keep pulling the braces apart. just goes to show you how easily that came off with a bit of brute force. It's all about surface area and good laminating. Good prep. These were only put on in an emergency at the end, and that little amount spread across the whole boat was enough, but easy enough to rip off with a bit of excess force. So yeah, trust your gussets, trust your engineering, but don't let it hang too long. That was easy. Oh, just spent probably an hour and a half cutting out the one gusset out of the forward starboard cabin. What a prick of a job. I think I did a better job laminating them in than I built the boat. It was pretty scary. Grinder, flap disc and the multi-tool. While I'm here and I'm covered in shit, I may as well cut out the door to this head. It's been one of those things I've been needing to do for a long time. It will actually give me access into there, which will be nice. It's got to come out anyway, but I'm going to cut it while it's there so that I know the sort of rough idea and give me good access into there, because I've got to do some work in there to get it restored. But for now, that friggin' module down there, or that gusset, that lifting gusset, it's all flap disc back, not quite finished. I'm gonna have to fair it a little bit, tidy it up a bit, but that lifting gusset, mate, I reckon I got lifted the Sydney Harbour Bridge with that bastard. It was unbelievable. I couldn't get it off. It was that thick, you know, the glass, and now I fit it back. But for now, I'm just gonna get my multi-tool, make a lot of noise here. Everyone's gone for the day, thank God, and I'm gonna get into it. So while I'm all excited, well, I'm pretty hot, sweaty and freaking hot, because it is humid. It's like Darwin here today. Mate, I reckon 99% humidity and bloody 35 degrees. I'm going to cut this bathroom door out as well. That one needs to be cut out so that I can get access into the bathroom, and then I'm going to lift this back up and sit it back on the chine. Now, when we moved the truck back in, I didn't get a chance to rectify it, but we put the truck a little bit further over on the port side than we had it earlier. Now that head module only just came out of the top there, hit the bar at the top there, if you remember. The thing is though, now I believe that I have the hull about 8 inches lower to the ground, so there's a whole range of things that could possibly happen here when I decide to jackstrap that back up and sit it on the chine there where I can get underneath all the plumbing, etc. It may not come out, so then I'm going to have to possibly trim the flange off or move the truck, and I don't want to do that. I do not want to move the truck because it's taken me hours to get this level again, exactly level to about 0.5 of a degree on the starboard side and pretty much level on this side, so it's pretty accurate in relation to the bridge deck and the work that I've done previously. So it feels nice and level now on board, and you can see up here we've got plenty going on. That module can now go back in there. That I've now cleared the head, and this gusset down here, it can be sat back in place so it's out of the way, and sort of complete that room. And now it's pretty much just tidy up and tie in time. I also need to deal with the central bulkhead here and my mast bulkhead, which actually sits in here on my mast post. Very important, that one. Lots to do, but for now it's sort of Christmas week before Christmas, and yeah, lots going on. I'm just glad I got it demolded when I did, because I'm careering ahead very fast now, getting these mounts out, and yeah, starting to put it all back together, hopefully for the last time. Still gonna get that gusset out. I reckon it's 2 hours to get each of these gussets out, and then I've got to repair this module here with the piece of gel coat and fiberglass there, and then I'll start to tie all this in and get them finished. Let's cut this door out, and then we can move forward a bit. This time of year, guys, Christmas, lead up to Christmas, it's just insane. Tomorrow morning, I've got a container of kayaks arriving from Delta in Canada, out at Maple Ridge there in Vancouver. Delta Kayaks, we're their distributor, and because I can't get a courier this close to Christmas, guess what? I'm driving to Adelaide, about 17 hours each way, 4 days before Christmas. So yeah, that's just the way it is. I've got to get on the road. So that's the sort of thing that takes up a lot of my time. The other thing too, I'm knocking out surf kayaks, and they do take quite a lot of time because, you know, in a big yacht, we can have a massive yacht, and you can stand back and look at it. But with this one, they've got to be picture perfect. It's a bit wet. We just unloaded the container. You just got it in, and man, it's peeing down it. There you go. See ya. Thanks for your help. I'll see you in about 2 hours after I've reloaded. Go. See you, Don. Have fun. If you're leaving, see ya. See you, Don. Classic. Oh, that was a beast. 58 boats, unloaded, all stored. This load here, going to Adelaide, 18-hour drive tomorrow to Adelaide. This is half what I'm taking to Sydney today, so pretty big load, and need a little spell for 5 minutes before I get loading. First things first, 6 AM, don't even know where I am. Pinaroo, just entered South Australia after a 12.5-hour drive from home. Had about 3 hours kip. Some truck stop down the road there in the Mallee scrub over there. And yeah, it's freezing. It's about 5 degrees this morning, so a bit chilly. So I'm gonna have some brekkie. I'm about 3 hours out of Adelaide. I've had a pretty big run through the night. Had about 3 hours sleep, got in at about 1 AM. Pulled up, crashed in the back of the car, just got across the border. Had to ditch all my fruit, ditch a couple of oranges I had in the car, and yeah, and got this load of kayaks going to Adelaide today. So big day, and I'm hoping to get back into New South Wales tonight by about 7 or 8 o'clock tonight, and then I'll head on to Balranald, stay the night, and then another 12 hours home. So big day.